So James Forrest, it's his night tonight as man honoured with a testimonial, and thanks to Athletic Club for providing the opposition tonight and providing very tough opposition for Celtic as well. It's been a very entertaining game here at Celtic Park, which has finished 3-2 in Celtic's favour. James Forrest, he'll just be looking forward to, I think, settling back into the team and not being the centre of attention, but also looking to catch the appearance record of a certain Peter Grant. I think he's about 11 behind you at the moment, Peter, and closing down on your impressive tally.
Exactly. Well, listen, I hope he goes and breaks it, that's for sure, because he deserves it with the medals he's had. I wasn't fortunate enough to do that, unfortunately, and I hope he goes and breaks it, because when you win that amount of trophies and be that successful, you deserve to be up there with the icons, as I call them, and they're all icons. I wasn't in that position with him. But as I say, he's been here a long time and has been a great credit to the club, which is most important thing, but also he's been a fantastic success, as you say. When you look at his medal haul, it's phenomenal.
But I think, I mean, you mentioned, obviously you knew Tommy Burns really well, and one of my favourite quotes from his was, you know, when he was asked what his greatest achievement was, and he said it was staying at Celtic's for so many years, because bad players don't play for Celtic for so many years. So that for James, for you, for Callum McGregor, for other players that have stayed that long, that rings true, because you know the standards here, and there's always players coming to take your position.
Well, the only thing I look back, and I know sometimes you can be critical or whatever, but I look back and I say, well, I was fortunate enough every manager picked us. You know, that's the thing I look back with pride more than anything else. Every manager picked me in the team, and I was very proud of that fact, and even up to the last God rest one wanted me to stay on, but I just felt if the team was going to be better and improve, I knew in myself it was time to go, and it broke my heart. But my time, people are probably saying you should have probably went earlier, but as I say, I wouldn't have changed it for the world, and I'm delighted that these guys get an opportunity to win trophies and be successful. I'd have loved to have been part of that, of course I would have, but I wouldn't have changed what my time was for all the tea in China. I would never have done that, because it was great memories for me, pulling it on jersey on once, and to James to do it as much as he's done and much as I was fortunate enough to do it myself, I was delighted with. So it's a special, I hope, as I say, I hope he goes on and breaks it, because with the trophy haul he's got, he deserves to do that.
Well, that's the thing that when I've spoke to likes of James and Callum McGregor, the first difficult hurdle is getting to the first team. If you make your debut, that's great. The harder thing is staying there, and to make 50 appearances, 100, 200, 300, 400. That level of consistency year in, year out, because of the demands, because there's very few clubs in football where you have to win every game. That a draw is never acceptable, and Celtic is one of those few clubs where that is the standard.
Well, we said it under the great Tommy Burns, we went one season, we lost one game, but we never won the league, and that shows you the fine lines it can be. And there was lots of other times, you know, we could have won things, but we just didn't. We lost a game here or there, and it cost you dearly, and that's the fine line you have. And as I said, I'd love to have won many trophies here. And it's a lot easier getting up in the morning when you're winning and being successful. Listen, let me tell you, when Paul and myself went going through, and Big Packy and that at certain times, you know, and our period, it was tough. But you knew you were privileged, and that never ever leaves you to the day you walk out the door, you were privileged. And the great thing for me is people keep saying to you, is Peter Grant to Celtic, no matter what's happened since in my career, that's how they remember you. And I don't think you can get any better accolade than that, to be perfectly honest with you. And James will be known as James Forrest of Celtic to the day now he leaves this earth, and what a fantastic honour. That's bigger than all the medals you have.
Well, just to remind you, 975 players have played a competitive game for Celtic. Only 15 have played more times than James Forrest. He's one of only 28 players who have played more than 400 games for the club. Out of 536 players who have scored for Celtic, only 27 have scored more goals than him. He's one of only 30 players to have scored a century of goals. He's scored in 14 consecutive seasons, and only 2 players have won more medals than James Forrest. A remarkable achievement from a remarkable player, and he deserves every tribute, every accolade that he has been given tonight. And this is testimonial, one of only a handful of players, as Peter knows, that have been granted a testimonial, which is always a special night for Celtic. We are hoping to hear from the main man himself, and he's a man who I think was quite happy to not to be speaking about his testimonial, but now that it's gone, we are going to be hearing from him shortly, and I'm sure special night for him, but also I think for his family as well, who he is the first to credit his parents in particular for everything that they have done to help him achieve his success in his career. Also, it runs in the family. His brother plays for Hearts, of course. His sister plays for Glasgow City, the current Scottish Women's Premier League champions. So certainly football in the blood. Well, it has been a wonderful night here in the company of a Celtic legend in Peter Grant, but we're going to go down to hear John Ledwith, who is talking to another Celtic legend in the shape of the testimonial man himself, James Forrest.
James, an emotional night, I'm sure. Can you sum up your thoughts after the testimonial evening?
No, like the last couple of days, I feel as though going into the game I was quite nervous. I've not normally been like that for any maybe other game that I've had, but actually getting to the stadium tonight, it made me feel so much better. And I think just being amongst the boys, like seeing the fans and seeing like my friends and family, I think it was just incredible. And just right for the start I got to the stadium, I feel as though I actually really enjoyed it.
And how much does it mean to all of them to see you get this moment, this recognition that's so thoroughly deserved?
No, like it's obviously like everyone's saying it's my night, but it's obviously like the effort my family's put in. It's been incredible, like what they've had to go like throughout the years as well. So no, like massive part. Like obviously I couldn't have done it without them, and like everyone really close to me. It's like a collective like thing, and obviously like it's kind of my night, but it's I feel as though it's everyone. It's the fans, it's the players, the staff. Like you honestly can't do it without everyone, sorry, and no, I'm delighted the way the night spent.
And a nod to the boys, they gave you a victory on the pitch, they weren't going to let it go.
Yeah, I know, obviously I come off when we were 2-1 down, but obviously the second half team done really well, and no, scoreline, just everything about tonight I've obviously thoroughly enjoyed.
And of course we go again. How excited are you about another season in the hoops and another challenge ahead?
No, it's amazing. I've really enjoyed pre-season. It's been we were away for a good couple of weeks, like Portugal and Japan with the boys, and like I'm 32, but I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's all I know, and it's a great place to be. And as I said, I've loved every minute of it, and I want to keep doing as much as I can for the club.
Okay, well, on behalf of everyone at Celtic, very proud of you. Well done, James, and we look forward to the new season.
Thank you. Cheers.